All right, so if you are looking, you can see I have officially screen printed my design on this shirt here. So I had this shirt just sitting in the back for a little bit and I actually liked, but then so I figure I could just screen print on it, and I did it right underneath the sleeve and it came out pretty decent. So this is my first time screen printing, and just because it's a dinosaur, got the asteroids and stuff, then the certain like the part where it kind of like smeared right there, or you know what I'm saying, the fact it doesn't show up all the way and it's it kind of works out just because it's Project Extinction and it's dinosaur. So this is the first time I screen printed it. This was the first time I used a Cricut machine. And so you can see how like the Cricut machine, I guess you can say, is cleaner, sharper lines for sure, right? Cleaner, sharper lines. But when you see it on that way with the paint and it's smeared and stuff, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So that's my first design. So look out for some visuals today. Going to do some visuals today for sure, for sure. But daggone, man, it'd be crazy how some of this stuff coming up in the sense of like yesterday we had the Shadow Diver that came out, right? And that's past hurts, traumas, and pains, how that affects you now coming up. And so I'll be honest, I am so grateful and thankful to be where I'm at. I'm so grateful and thankful for the people I'm in contact with now. But you know, if I'm just being honest, right? Because everybody has this prejudice of parts of them, right? And so it's this little girl, and she in here, and she just be she like it. You know what I'm saying? She right now she's the only kid that's there in the family, and she young, and she done been through some things. But in my mind, it don't excuse her from. She's smarter than what she let on to. You know what I'm saying? So it don't excuse her from yelling at people in the house, and she know how to get her way. Like she can just start crying, and then they just gonna give her whatever she want. And I don't be liking that junk, bro. I do not be liking that. But then she's a girl, so it's just like I've yelled at her once before. And because I mean they older, and they not gonna raise their voice and yell. So she be the only one who will yell in the house, screaming and crying. Of course, you know what I'm saying? She a kid. She a kid, but and I don't be meaning no harm or nothing, but it's just like you not about to be out here yelling at everybody and knowing that either they don't have the energy or time to be, or they don't want to yell at you, so they're not going to, and so they're not gonna yell at you. They're not gonna do certain shit, and you're gonna take advantage of that. And I just don't like that. I really did not like that. And then like, and the situation was, and it's like little stuff that be going on all day. I'm like, yo, she only gonna get bigger. It's only like you gotta nip this junk in the bud. And so, like, what happened, man? She daggone. She said something slick under her voice. She said something. They told her what to do. She said something. She said so, and she heard it. And as disrespectful was, and then they try to like defend her and stick up for her sometimes, and it was like, um, they try to defend her and stick up for her sometimes. So it's like she don't know like what respect and disrespect is. I'm like, yes, the fuck she do. Cause when you asked her, what did she say? She's like, oh, nothing. She knew what the fuck she just said, and she knew she shouldn't have did that. That's why she mumbled it low. She tried to mumble it low as she walked off. She know when she's being disrespectful. I remember the first time I tried to check her or whatever, and then she was yelling, and I was like, who are you talking to, yo? Who are you yelling at? And they were like, oh, she just talk loud. Oh, but when she want to ask a certain question and she don't want somebody to hear it, she'll whisper in your ear. But yeah, and it's how they make like these excuses for her and stuff. And then So going through, and then she told her, she said, don't get no more. She goes up and gets some more anyway. And when they question her about it, she like, no, the other girl telling her, she's like, she did. She went and got some more. So she was already being disrespectful. Then she completely just disobeyed. And I'm like, son. And then so she go to start trying to pull the bowl from the whatchamacallit. She know goodness well she not supposed to be having this much ice cream. She had put a whole bunch of syrup, a whole bunch of ice cream, and she had told her not to get no more, and she went and got some more anyway. And then so she yelling, and she, oh, just give it to me, this, that, third, da, 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 blah, blah. And she going to take it out, Naz's hand. And I'm saying, like, son, the fact that she is 7 and she feel like she can take out your hand, yell at you, and do certain shit, like, I understand she done went through some trauma, but she gotta fucking grow up. And you can't just be like, she is big, man. She running everything in the house. But then they come back at me and it's like, don't help discipline her. I'm like, okay. Cause it was one time she started yelling at them. I started yelling at her like, who you talking to? Who you yelling at? She know not to yell at me. She not gonna yell at me. She ain't gonna do certain shit with me, but she'll, you know what I'm saying? She tried with certain people. But that shadow diamond, and it's just like, you talking to somebody else in a calm voice, but yeah, they're like, don't help discipline it no more. I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna help. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Because she won't disrespect me. Hell no. She will not disrespect me. But she continuously disrespects y'all. It's shit, bro. It be some shit. And it ain't like I didn't yell. And I didn't yell at her. And I ain't touch her. So, what the fuck are you crying for? And, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't care about them tears. You about to go up and cry after being disrespectful and being disobedient. Like, how the fuck? Like, what do you expect her to? How do you expect her to grow up after being disobedient and disrespectful? She still got her way because she shed some tears. Fuck that. And if it was my own kids, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But because we'll get, for me, there's reason I would not have tried to snatch out somebody's hand. I wouldn't have been yelling at them after they done told me not to do something, and then straight just go do it anyway. And then what you crying for? I can give you something to cry about. Like, what are you crying for? And I told her, that's what my mom used to say to me, like, what are you crying for? I can give you something to cry about. Ain't nobody touch you, ain't nobody put their hands on you, what you crying? Cause she a girl. Man, I don't know. Man, what is discipline? What is discipline? But yeah, it was crazy. That shadow diver came out yesterday, and then it just the way it kind of like showed up. I'm just saying, like, son, I don't know, man. Like, she was she was willing to snatch out of Naz's hand. And she willing to snatch from y'all, but she not gonna do that to me. She not gonna, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gotta do nothing to her. I ain't gotta put my hands on her. I don't gotta, but she just not gonna I don't know, man. Yeah, I gotta call her how many times before she even responds sometimes. I don't know, she young though. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson through all of this. But I also got smacked the fuck up too. All right, let's go see. Let's see. Let's jump into this. I'm ready to get this read done. Because I need to get my, just going to do my cigar visuals. Like, yeah, I'm going to spend the day just, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go for a long walk. Go get my cigars, my drinks, my energy drinks, and then come on back, bro. So I can work on my audiobook and make visuals for the day, too. My audiobook and visuals for the day. Audiobook and visuals. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for these visuals. Because this dinosaur is on the side of the shirt. And so I gotta figure out somehow, some way to have my arm raised or something. We'll see. Alright, starting with the Archeo deck. Like to ask, what's the question? What energy or what frequency should we align ourselves to? What energy or frequency should we align ourselves to? We got the poet, the artist, those two professions that are generally not, supported in a sense, but yet everyone needs the artist, everyone needs the poet to talk about life in a certain way or make us see things that we cannot see. And so we got the poet. What else? We got the jester. And both of these cards are, well, this one's definitely a card of free speech. The jester was the only one who could follow around, the only one who was always with the king, and they're allowed to talk about the king, about society, talk about anything and everything without judgment. So you have the poet, you have the jester. You have the poet, we have the jester. And the arbiter. All of these, especially like the poet, the jester, the poet, the jester, and the arbiter are all called cards of free speech. There's all this free speech energy behind this. Because this one is speaking that truth, you see the scales here, and clarity from within. Not looking at the outside, not hearing the outside, but going within and speaking from within. All right, so that's energy for us. Yeah, that's why I said, like, today, I'm really just going to go with them. I'm going to take my time and go for my walk today. And I'm going to just come back and do my audiobook and just go off on my tangents and just talk how I need to, how I want to. And, speak about life in such a way that I see fit. From my perspective, from my point of view. Well, hopefully that makes me feel better, just going off and just focusing on those. Because I'll be honest, I felt a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit slight rejection. It's like, don't help me, shit like. You don't want to become your parent. You don't want to become like your parent. But as you grow up, that's all you know. All you know is how your parents treated you, how you were raised. And that's your default. That's what you come to. That's how you come to treat people, how you come to talk to people. And then you start to cycle all over. I just think there's a fine balance between on the discipline part. Something like, if you are too relaxed, if you're too slack, then they grow up and they just run rampant. And then they always talk about those sheltered kids. And then when they get that taste of freedom and get out into the world, what? They act up. They cut up. Because they've been so sheltered for so long. And then you got the ones. Oh no, that's that's in a too strict household. And if you don't give them any type of consequences, then that's how they get into trouble outside of, you know what I'm saying? In trouble with the law, in trouble with in school. Because it ain't no reinforcements. And then they get to a place where they need to respect authority, need to know discipline, and the authority and discipline was never instilled in them. And so I think it's just a balance, man. It's definitely a balance between them. All right. Let's see. First one, moving to the love deck, moving to this love deck. We got one. One, it's the Democrat. And this is the energy that needs to be let go of. It's a one. One is that new intention, direction in which you are going to move. But this is the energy that needs to be let go of. So we got the Democrat. You know, Democrat is for the people. But what if you start to move in a sense that's more selfish for you, for yourself, right? Your path. And that's what for me, I'm making today a selfish day. Like, I'm just going to stay to myself. I'm going to get my cigars and my energy drinks, and I'm going to just kick through my book and just keep it going. And we'll see, right? I'll see if going for this walk, getting the cigars and energy drinks, by the end of the day, if I got a new mood, if I got a new mood today, I do like my design. I do like my design. I plan on doing it again on the other side. Like, this one's red and black. I just didn't like the blue. I don't know why I don't like blue. I guess it's bias. And talking about how I grew up, but I do not care for blue, bro. I do not care for blue. But what other colors would I choose? Like a yellow and an orange, and those would have been nice too. A yellow and an orange, yellow, orange, and black. That'd be nice. What else? Yellow, orange, and black. Oh, let's think of the colors. Red, orange, yellow. I'm cool with all that. Green and blue. My dinosaur ain't trying to have my green and blue. Green and blue. Indigo, violet. I wouldn't mind like a light purple. A purple and black. That could be alright too. Purple and black could be alright too. Oh, purple and pink. Yeah, I do a purple and pink dinosaur on the other side. With the asteroids, it can go from pink and then to purple. A light pink and then fade into a purple. I think that's how RockStar vibes. All right, next one's energy that needs to be kept. We got 33, which is the caregiver. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. And that refers to harmonious relationships in the home. So, and especially with over this Jester card. Even though you got all this free speech, you can talk how you want, this and that, third, boom, boom. Energy that needs to be maintained, take care of herself, making sure, like, even after she talked to me this and that, she made sure she gave me a hug. And then when I went to go walk past this morning, I wasn't gonna say too much, but she was like, "What up?" You know what I'm saying? Still making a joke, trying to keep things light. So, making sure, keeping everybody cool, everybody calm. Being a glue within the family, right? Somebody has to be the glue in the family, right? Somebody has to be able to keep things calm, keep things cool, maintain peace. Especially when, let's say, if there's one person who is, you know what I'm saying, emotionally unstable, the other person, that's the one thing, right? If you know you are more emotionally stable or able to remain emotionally calm in a situation, then it'd be like, it'd be up to you if you're going to, one, figure out a way to get it back to calm, or just say F it, you blow up, or F it, I'm about to match your energy and keep it blow up. Like, but energy that needs to be maintained is the caregiver. So find enough energy, find the energy to maintain peace and harmony. Find enough energy to maintain peace and harmony. All right, last one is the energy that needs to be learned. And we got 39, which is the outsider. 39, which is the outsider. 3 plus 9 is 12, and that's another 3. The outsider. Going against the flow could be a helpful way to gain additional insights. Often, we break up negative patterns of influence by ceasing to try and work it out, and by creating a new path with our own set plans. Energy surrounding new ideas, opportunities, and even windfalls are present. The outsider does risk loneliness when placed within groups that already have established codes. But they are great disruptors and inventors that often create change for the better and help others become inspired to do the same. Question: what do you do differently to everyone else around you? Whoa. What do you do differently to everyone else around you? What do you do differently to everyone else around you? What do you do differently to everyone else? I inspire people to be creative and to do art. And if I can't really, if they're not really in, I get people just to at least talk about art and just be in an artistic space. So I do my art differently. Like, so I'm even with this shirt, right? Hopefully it's almost dry. It's almost dry. It's still drying. Yeah. Even with this, right? I plan to cut it. I gotta cut it. I gotta get my knife and cut it. That's been one of my things, my staples. When I first went on this whole path, I was cutting all my stuff. I was cutting all my shirts and stuff. But I gotten a lot better as to temper myself of, okay, maybe you can stop cutting now, or you've done enough here. So I'm definitely gonna take some time. I'm gonna cut it. Bam. Just add some, it's just gonna be added effect. I gotta cut it. I gotta burn it too. I'm about to burn the sleeve off a bit. Burn the sleeve off just a bit. And it's gonna be a tough shirt to wear. It's gonna be a tough shirt to wear. The edges of the sleeve's gonna be burned. It's gonna have some cuts and rips. Like, yeah. It'll be a dope shirt. I painted on it. I cut it. Burnt it. Everything. All right, let's move to the shadow deck. So the energy that we maintaining here, okay. Oh, I was about to say. Where my crystal at? Spend my last on that. Oh, I dropped it again anyway. Got this amethyst that always stays with it. All right. Now we're going to ask, what is the advice for today? What is the advice? What is the energy? What is the frequency that we should be aware of? I see this Knight of Swords charging with our ideas. And so, what is the advice for today? What is the energy? What is the advice for today? What is the frequency we should align ourselves to? What is is the advice for today? What is the frequency we should align ourselves to? All right. First one we see is the 7 of Wands. So Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, and defending, drawing a line in the sand, and with the fire, that is your inspirations, your passions, your creations. And so defending it is from outside, defending it from outside influencing the factor. So got the 7 of Wands here, and we're going to add some clarification. We're gonna ask some clarification. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Thank you for the like. So we got the 7 of Wands, and I already told you, like, one of my goals for today is to make visuals for my shirt that I just screen printed on. So I just my first time screen printing, and so I'm still rocking with my same design that I had the first time. So I painted the design first. I use a Cricut machine, and now I use the screen printing machine. So just sticking with my same design, and that's gonna be one of my staples. So defending your creations and your passionate projects. Next, Ace of Swords. Swords, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Swords are also communication, thoughts, speech. And this is almost like it's divine, but it's that, again, it's a 1. So brand new start, communication, clarity, truth, and it's coming, this intel, this intelligence. And so that little spark of inspiration here, that spark of inspiration. So we got the Ace of Swords, and then what is the advice for today? What is the energy we should embrace and embody? What is the advice for today? What is the energy we should embrace and embody? All right, so the Ace of Swords, and now we got this 9 of Swords. So again, the 9 of Swords is this reoccurring nightmare, this reoccurring dream. And they have this comfort blanket on them. But with those ideas and those thoughts, what thoughts are you sitting on? What ideas are you just sitting on and not taking action on? Or what's troubling you? You know what I'm saying? What's bothering you? What's troubling you? And so this is that reoccurring nightmare, the reoccurring dream, what's plaguing you. And so more air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And let's see, at the bottom of the deck, again, we have another, you see the star here, and this is needing to take a leap, move that, and take that jump forward. So we got the Fool at the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Swords to the 9 of Swords. So we got some fire and air. Those are the quickest moving energies. Those are the quickest moving energies in the deck. Fire and air. So definitely quick movement. A lot of quick movement. And then last but not least, we'll go with the PlayTime deck. So clarifying that, yeah, it's like air is the dominant energy here. It was poet, jester, and arbiter. All cards of your words, your speech. All cards of words and speech, communication, your thoughts. And then for the Ace of Swords and the 9 of Swords to come out, there's a lot of quick communication, a lot of downloads, a lot of thoughts, and that's something we just have to be wary of. But we got this 7 of Wands right there, so let's add some clarifiers to this. So what is the advice for today? What energy should we embrace and embody? What is the advice for today? What is the frequency we should align ourselves to? So Seven of Wands. Came out yesterday, it's coming out again. This Temperance. And we see this balancing act. 1 foot on water, 1 foot on land. And being able to balance the energy between the physical and the spiritual. Between the emotional and the situations around us. But we got the Seven of Wands. We got the Seven of Wands. And this is a card of drawing a line in the sand and defending what you are creating, what you stand for, what you believe in. And then there's this balance here. And I'm always in a sense of like, because I've been on this path and in this wave of trying to, you gotta figure out, okay, you gotta know what makes you happy. You gotta know if you are sad, what's gonna pick you up. Like, what's gonna be your cure to your sadness? And that's why I was like, you know what? Today's gonna be a real day. Like, I received some type of communication already, right? And now I'm working through that and doing activities to keep my mind off of it. But you see, I'm still talking about it, so it's not all the way there yet. But I got my shirt here. I did my shirt, and so I'm gonna do some more with that. And then what was at the bottom of that? Oh, see the Empress at the bottom of the deck. And now it's like I'm gonna get my cigars and edit my visuals, and hopefully just, you know what I'm saying, stand to myself and stand in a creative space. Like, I'm gonna go for a walk. I gotta walk 2 hours over there and then get the cigars and walk 2 hours back. Yeah. Walk 2 hours back to get back to the car. And I'll have my energy drink and the cigars and just rock out. But I'll be back on the audiobook. I'm doing an audiobook. And is there anything? Oh, I can do another episode of Peaky Blinders too. I finally finished episode 4. I'm on season 5. Episode 4, Peaky Blinders. I watched episode 5 and then I started 6. I started episode 6, but I didn't finish episode 6. So I can do, and nothing really happen in episode 5 or nothing. I didn't write down any quotes or anything like that. But I started writing off on 6, so I started 6. So I can do a cigar talk segment of that. But I'd rather get further in the book. We'll see. I'll see how I work out today. And again, I done updated the cover for this book I don't know how many times. And it would be okay. Not that it would be okay, but it would have been done by now. But every time I submit the changes, it takes 3 days. It's gonna take up to 72 hours for them to receive some community to be like, okay, it's done. When it's like, man, after 3 days, I done waited. So I done did this twice now. I done waited 3 days, and then they email me and say, you gotta change the cover. And it ain't like I gotta change it. It's just the spacing. I tried to make sure it fit the whole book and wrap around the whole book. But then they was like, they don't want something too close to the edges of the book and near the spine of the book. So I had to change it and do that again. But hopefully this is the last time I gotta update that, because that's the only reason I was saving. I was trying to wait because with the last bit that I have, that was the only reason I was saving. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait to make sure I got enough to order the book. But now I don't care no more. Now I'm in a space of I had to go do what I gotta do to get myself back happy. All right, with this Ace of Swords, darn it. You see the Chariot, you see 6 of Swords. Hey, it was another Ace of Cups and the Hermit. Too much. All right, want that back. All right, with the Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. What is their advice for today? What is the energy we should align ourselves to? All right, the Ace of Swords got the Lovers. I represent. Let me make sure. Now this one's good. That's why I like this deck. This one's good. You ain't got everything is actually clean on this one. So with this, we got this Ace of Swords here. That's a brand new start and receiving some type of communication. But you also have the Lovers, and so it could represent love in a relationship, or but it just could just represent a connection, a solid connection, something that's divinely guided, and these two are going to have to climb this mountain together. And so, but this is communication. This is receiving communication, truth, and clarity. It could be about a connection, something that is divinely guided, orchestrated. This is major arcana, and we just had major arcana right there too. Temperance, major, balancing out everything, and then this connection here, this connection. All right. And next. Nine of Swords. What is this reoccurring nightmare? What are we constantly thinking about? Ay. Oof. The Ten of Swords wanted to show itself. Constantly thinking about the backstabbing, the betrayal. But too many right there, too many. What is this Nine of Swords? What is the advice for today? I'll take that one. All right. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. And we see another ace here. It was the ace. We already had the Ace of Swords. Now we got this Ace of Cups here. And so what are we constantly thinking about? What's this reoccurring nightmare, this reoccurring dream? For me, it's almost like I keep thinking like, man, it's like I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? Get back to a place where independent, self-sufficient, yeah, just being independent and self-sufficient. You don't need nobody else. You don't have to depend on nobody else. You don't got to talk to certain people. You just don't want to deal with people in general, unless you want to, right? But we see this Ace of Cups here. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And yeah, man. I am just ready. Dang, ain't finished talking about it. Ace of Cups. Cups is water energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Refers to our emotions, our relationships, that heart space. And it's a one. So another one here. Brand new start and beginning. And I know for me that's for me that is my mind, right? That Nine of Swords. That is something I always think about, like how, cause you don't know how, right? And so when you don't know how things are going to work out, how they're supposed to work out, and you just take a back seat, and you just let things unfold, but you get tired of being in a certain place. You get tired of being in a certain place, tired of just being around certain energies. Like, I'm done with this shit. I done went down this whole path, right? I done went down this whole path. And it's gotten to a point of like, damn, like, if shit was already bad, shit went from bad to worse. And it's like, how do you dig yourself out of this hole? How do you get out of this hole? And you don't fucking know. And even like with the shirts and shit, I'm sitting here telling you, you know how many times I keep coming back to this fucking art, and then the shit don't work out. Because everybody wants to be on that path and that wave of, you know what I'm saying? They know that they got a gift, they know they got a talent, they know they got a skill, right? And this shit don't work out. Every fucking time. But it gotta work out, right? It gotta work out eventually, right? And then you hit a milestone, you hit a pinnacle, and it still ain't enough to live your life that way. So you gotta go back to this 9 to 5. Then you get a little nugget here, a little nugget there that says, yeah, keep going in this direction, keep going in this direction. You keep going, you just inspired, you happy, you going about it, you keep taking it, boom. And then, but it still ain't enough. Still ain't enough to live your life that way. You still gotta go fucking back to that 9 to 5. Damn. Then anytime you actually do get good at shit, there's some other niggas gonna come by. Other niggas gonna, even once you finally get to a space where you might be able to do any good, is other niggas praying on your downfall, hoping you don't do well, and who fucking stop supporting you. They were supporting you all up until it's like, oh, you really trying this shit, you really going for it again. The shit sucks. The shit sucks. The shit sucks. Bro. You get tired of fucking trying. And that's when niggas quit. And that's why niggas quit. That's why niggas quit, bro. That's why niggas quit, bro. Cause a nigga will give their whole life to this shit. And it's still gonna be fucking people who don't fucking support this shit. The talent, the skill, don't fucking support this shit. And do their best to ignore the fuck out of you. And not support your shit. Or do something to, you get on a good wave, you on a wave, you on a path, and you got things going, and they're doing shit to tear you down, to stop you. And when he's like, I'm tired of fighting with y'all niggas. I'm tired of fighting y'all about this shit. And then what? You give up, and spend the rest of your life not happy, right? Not fucking happy. But everybody else happy because they succeeded in their mission. They stopped you from achieving your goal. And then you don't even like them. You want to stay away from them. And it just puts you on a lonely path. And now you choosing between being sad and lonely or sad and fake happy around niggas you don't want to be around. Niggas who don't support you. But you're so scared of fucking being alone. You just deal with niggas who don't make you happy. Yep. It's gonna be a cigar talk today, baby. It's gonna be a cigar talk today. Alright, I think this joint is pretty much dry on the side, hopefully. Because I technically want to add it to both sides. I want to add it to both sides. But I'll wait. Because he's like, what other colors? I don't even want to use no other colors. For real. I'm okay with black and red. I'm okay with black and red. I know I'm just going to need some more screen printing, that little fabric print. So I need to figure out how much that is. I might walk there. You know what? I gotta see if that one's open. They might not open till the evening anyway. But yeah, alright. I'm gonna go walk, get me some cigars, and then be back. Make some edits and visuals. Have a blessed day.